Blue-veined cheeses. From the classics to the artisanals, from England to the USA, blue-veined cheeses are some of the most flavorful around. These white, semi-soft cheeses are known for their veins of mold that vary in color from blue to green. Their rich, tangy flavors may not be for the faint of heart. Legend has it that blue cheese was first made long ago, when a shepherd was resting in a cave. He packed maybe the worst lunch ever, a hunk of cheese and some moldy bread. When they accidentally came in contact, voila, the blues were born. Take that, Mississippi Delta! So where do the blue veins come from? Let's watch as Stilton is being made. First, starter cultures and rennet, a milk clotting enzyme, and blue mold spores are added to the milk. The milk sets, forming a curd. The curd is cut, removing the liquid, called whey. Curds and whey are moved to a cooling table, where the curds drain overnight. The cheese is cut, milled, and salted. Next, the curds are put into cylindrical forms and turned for about 5 to 6 days. Notice the holes. Whey drains out here, giving an evenly moist, flaky cheese that's important for the bluing stage. It's taken out of the forms, and the edges are smooth to keep air out. It's aged for 5 weeks, where it develops that traditional Stilton crust. It's pierced with stainless steel needles to allow air to enter the body of the cheese. Think of it as cheesy puncture. This activates the magical blue cheese veining process. The cheese is turned as it ages. At about 9 weeks, it's graded for quality, and then it's ready for sale. Blue cheeses. Many blue cheeses are made in the United States and highly prized for their piquant, full, earthy flavors and crumbly textures. Some styles are milder, not as earthy, yet still tangy. Some have a saltier taste. You can find less traditional blues made with smoke flavor, raw milk, or even other cheese varieties with blue mold added to them. This would be along the lines of blue cheddar or blue soft ripened cheeses. By the way, raw milk cheeses must be aged 60 days to be legally sold in the United States. Let's focus on the classic blues. Stilton. Stilton is a protected designation of origin, or PDO cheese, meaning that manufacturers need to meet all the required guidelines when they make it in order to call it this name. In this case, Stilton must be made with cow's milk in one of 3 specific counties in England. It is often recognizable by its tall cylindrical shape and its wrinkly, edible rind. The crumbly marbled cheese develops a smoother, almost buttery texture as it ages. It has a tangy yet fruity taste. Roquefort. Crossing the English Channel to France, we find Roquefort cheese. This old-school cheese also has a PDO status. It must be made from raw or unpasteurized sheep's milk and then cured in the caves of France's Roquefort region. It ripens to a semi-soft paste with a strong, rich taste and a spicy, tangy finish. It is the saltiest of the blues. Gorgonzola. Continue south to Italy and the deliciousness that is Gorgonzola. In its homeland, Gorgonzola is cured in caves outside Milan. Italian Gorgonzola cheese has a creamy, soft interior with greenish-blue veins. Gorgonzola comes from the US too, made from either sheep, goat, or cow's milk, or a combination of any of these milks. This cheese is available in both young and aged varieties. A young Gorgonzola is tangy tasting and has a crumbly texture with greenish-blue veins. As it ages, it develops to a full, earthy, piquant flavor and has a creamier, soft interior. Gorgonzola wheels are typically flatter than traditional blues. When you're working with blue vein cheese, use dedicated work surfaces and cutting tools and clean and sanitize them thoroughly when done. Always handle cheeses with surface or interior mold last. When you trim the cheeses, always discard the trimmings in a closed bag as the mold spores easily become airborne. You don't want the blue mold to transfer to anything else. Also, blue cheeses have a tendency to weep. Wipe down the packaged wheels with a disposable towel before cutting. You can dress up blue vein cheese for any part of a meal. Before the main course, drizzle a little honey on a plate of tangy Gorgonzola and add cashews. Serve up the intense flavors of a Stilton on a thick steak or topping a pasta dish. Pair a spicy Roquefort or another tangy blue cheese with a sweet wine for dessert. Or top a salad or a baked potato with crumbled blue. By the way, these cheeses love a good pair. In any setting, blue cheese puts the crumb in scrumptious. This is an educational program brought to you by the International Dairy-Deli-Bakery Association. Special thanks to the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and Stilton Cheesemakers Association for providing photos and assistance.